So the next confined ecosystem is related to so-called positive estuaries. You only find it in positive estuaries, and you only find it because there is a specific feature in positive estuaries that we call turbidity region. Okay, so what is a positive estuary? Positive estuaries are narrow and shallow semi-enclosed bodies of water in which the salinity is lower than that of seawater, and it's essentially any river that ends up in the ocean. Okay, and all rivers end up in the ocean. So all rivers actually have a transition zone between the freshwater and the seawater, which is called an estuary, a positive estuary. And this is how the circulation looks like in a positive. We have light, low salinity water near the surface is lighter, it floats near the top, pushed towards the ocean, and we have a inflow of seawater. Okay, so that's the circulation. You know, it's not so easy to understand straight away why you get an inflow of seawater, but anyway, there is a so-called pressure gradient that actually forces seawater back into the air. Okay, and this is important to be able to understand why you get the accumulation of nutrients in specific zones. Okay, and I just want to explain it to you. So in the next slide, and I have to get myself a little bit smaller for this. Smaller, and maybe I get myself really, really small again. It's a little bit silly, but anyway. So I'm here. I am a sediment particle. What's shown here is the circulation in an estuary, the flow towards the ocean in the upper layer, and the inflow that comes from of seawater in the lower layer. So you're in the upper layer, and you are sediment particle. Okay? So if you are a very, very light, small sediment particle, and you actually don't sink that much within the water column, you actually moved straight into the ocean. You are fine material, you're exported into the ocean. Here we go. However, if you are a little bit larger particle of sediment, and we're talking about particulate organic matter. Okay, here we are again. Particulate organic matter, POM. What actually happens is that you might actually end up in the lower layer, in the seawater layer in the ocean. And here now, oh yes, with the average currents in this layer, you become advected upstream towards up in the river, okay, upstream, and you might end up in a region which we call the turbidity region. Here we are. Okay, and these turbidity regions, they contain large amounts of organic matter, okay? And they also contain inorganic sediment particles, and there are big problems for if you have a port further upstream. You need to remove the turbidity zone every now and then. You have to dredge away these. Okay, and so this is what creates a spatially confined zone, and it's typically located in a zone where you have relatively low salinity water, a transition zone, which is called the brackish water region. Okay, so this supports ecosystems in positive estuary. Yay!